mirror to this D2. Make this 0.18. So this is the arc I have cut nearer to D2. So zoom this particular section. Zoom this particular section. And zoom this particular section, and then join a line. Click on line. Make it 0.18. So this is the point of intersection of the arc, and then join it with the center point. So this is the median. So this one will be called as CD1. Okay, so this is what we have taken. It's a C. Okay. Previous one. This is C. This is CD1, and this is CD2. Okay. So CD1 is the median of regular lamina, and CD2 irregular shaped lamina. So this is C will be common for both the median. C is the common point for both the median. So CD1, which is median of regular lamina, and then CD2. CD2 is the median of irregular lamina. So this CD2 line we have to extend back. So click on extend to next command. Just keep the cursor over here. I'll click on fit screen. Zoom this particular section. Go for extend command. So keep the cursor and get extended. So check for the angle. So angle between the XY line and median of irregular lamina. So it is found to be 66 degree. Whereas in your textbook it's given 71 degree. So we have maintained the utmost accuracy level. We have not. So you can check all the three sides of the triangle. It's 25, and this is also 25. This is 25. Median also we have checked it. There is no error. So don't rely on the textbook solution. There may be mistake in the textbook. So you should go ahead accurately. Don't commit mistake in the dimension of median of regular lamina and median of irregular lamina. So when you have done it, so there is no error also. You can see here. So there is no error in the median also. Exactly, we have gone ahead. One small error you find over it. Very negligible error. Very negligible error it is. Particularly in beta angle, you should be careful with respect to error. So there is no any error over here. Okay. So the angle is 66 degree. So don't get confused with textbook angle. Okay. Whatever you get, you mention it. So the next step is go for. So what I will do? So go for move command, move copy. Select this irregular lamina and place it with the center point C. Again, you may find a lot of disturbance over here. So zoom that part and repeat. Zoom that particular part and repeat the move command. So it's not exactly aligned on center point C. So go for move command without copy. So what we'll do, we'll better delete one of the C point. So go for move command without copy, select this triangular lamina and then move. I hope it's exactly located. Then go for rotate command without copy, select the triangular lamina, select the median of the lamina. Still I hope, okay, we'll see. Select the median of the lamina, align it on this line. Yeah. Now the triangular lamina is aligned. So all these text we can delete and we can redo it. We can retype it. I'll just delete this text. Just delete it. Okay, this for. Then the last step, so label this and A, this is B, and this is all your C. So with this, we will complete the last front view. To complete the last front view, draw the projection line from all the three corners of the line, three corners of the lambda. So first corner A, so draw the 90-degree line. So projection line. It will be 90 degree. Okay, so before we draw the projection, we'll label the front view also. So here at this point we have A dash and B dash. So here it is A dash and B dash. So A dash under bracket and B dash. So since it is hidden, so place it under bracket. So then so first one is locus of, so draw the line locus of, so locus of A and locus of A dash. A dash, it lies on xy line. So this is point of intersection of A. Just mark it that with 1 point and label that as. Then after that, locus line from the B. So select, make it a point instead of locus of. So even the locus of B dash is on the second point. Just I point. So you don't use point in exam. Just for explanation purpose, I am using the label. So this is the last view of the lab now. The front view side as B, sine beta, and so any doubt in this problem? Since the dimensions are very small, we should use zoom command. Take the help of zoom command and go ahead. So directly if you do it, you may commit mistake because of small dimension, 25 mm. Then at the end of the problem, you can show the data. You can highlight the data. So what is the data given? Side of the lambda. Click on smart. Click on any one side. So it's a 25 mm. So what is the angle? HP angle. So measure the HP angle. And 40 degree to VP is already given. And what are the beta? So click on here. Whatever you found. So angle you this is found beta angle 66 degree. So you also try it and check your answer with the textbook. So I have done to the best level. So I am getting 66 degree beta angle and your textbook has given 71 degree. I don't know which is correct. So you can check out your answer. So even the accuracy also I have maintained it. So there is no error in this. So there is no error exactly I have fit over here. And even also there is no error. Almost very negligible error. Any doubt in this problem? Any doubt? Next, I will do one problem on square beta angle on square lambda with corner resting position. The previous yesterday's class I have First class I have taught you how to construct square lamina with edge resting position. So we'll look at this problem number 9. So bit angle on square lamina. So it's a problem number 9. So square lamina 1 HP with corner position. The diagonals of the lamina, inclination of diagonals of the lamina are given 30 degree to HP and 45 degree to VP. Since there is no appear word in the problem, so therefore the angle is given in the problem as 55 degrees. So let us check out the beta angle with our problem. So I'll right click, insert one more sheet, and then right click, click on setup, and make it A4 size, deactivate the background, click OK, click on fit. Then as usual, so 0.13, so construct the XY line, use the text command XY and type it as VP by. So we'll construct a square of how much? 40 mm dimension, a square plate of 30 mm. So again there is mistake in the textbook. The textbook it says that it's a square plate of 30 mm, but here in the problem it is showing that it is 40 mm. So we'll go ahead, so don't depend on the solution. So whatever you should depend on text. So in the examination, so whatever dimension is given in the question, you should use that dimension. Solution is just for your learning purpose. So the authenticity of the text of the problem is valid, not the solution. There may be mistake in the solution, but what are the data given in the statement during the examination, based on that data you have to proceed. So in this problem number 9 you find some mistake. In the statement it is given 30 mm and in the drawing it is showing 40 mm. Okay, well, so to check out the beta angle, let's assume dimension to be 40 mm. But don't do this in exam, you don't do this. Don't assume in examination, whatever data is in the problem, so that data you have to proceed based on the data given in the problem. So we'll go ahead. Okay, so we'll get back. So square lamina, line 0.5. We'll use the angle method. We'll use it angle method. So 40 mm length, 0 degree. Then again 40 mm 90 degree. Then again 40 mm 180 degree. Then again 40 mm minus 90 degree. So this is a square lamina. So we get it edge resting position using angle method. So we should now in this problem corner resting is given. So we'll construct the diagonal. So click on the line, make the thickness as 0.13. Construct the diagonal. So make sure there is no error. There is no error in the diagonal. Yeah. So go for rotate command without copy. Click select this lamina. Select the diagonal endpoint. Just rotate and make the diagonal as 0 degree. So then you can go for move command. Select this square lamina. Place it wherever you need. So this is the first top view. So top view of the first step. Then draw the projection line to get the front view. So projection line to get the front view. Then select the line, make it 0.5, get the front view. The front view will be in the form of horizontal. So this is the first step. So square lamina resting on HP with corner resting position which covers the diagonal AC. So then the next step, the inclination of the square lamina with reference to the diagonal line AC. So we'll just label the diagonal line AC. So let me label this as with A, and C1, AC1. Let me zoom this part. Let me zoom this particular part. So let me label this first diagonal as AC1. So in the next step, HP angle is covered. So HP angle is 30 degree. So in the next step, I'll select the front view along with this intermediate line. Hold the control key of the keyboard, click on this front view and click on this intermediate line. So for multiple selection, hold the control key of the keyboard. Go for move command with copy. XY line. Then go for rotate without copy. It's already selected. Click the endpoint of the front view. So type the angle, rotation angle as 30 degree. Type 30 and enter. Check for the angle, whether it's a 30 or not. It's a 30 degree. Then after that, rotate this intermediate line. Click on this line, intermediate line. Select the endpoint of this intermediate line. Adjust your mouse and make it 90 degree. So draw a reference line and extend that line. Draw a reference line. Draw a reference line over here. And extend this intermediate line using extend command. Extend to next. Click on extend to next. So keep the cursor on this line and get extended. Then delete this reference line. Then go for the projection line other two ends of the front view. So this is one projection line. To get the second top view, irregular lamina. Then draw the projection line from the top view. It should not be a curved line, it should not be a zigzag line, it should be exactly 0 degree. Then increase the thickness, get the irregular shape lamina, first point A, second, third, fourth, and then first. And then click on trim command, trim all the unwanted lines. All the unwanted lines crossing the boundary. So next step, so label the diagonal of regular lamina and irregular lamina. So let me label the regular lamina, already labeled with AC1. Let me label with diagonal of irregular lamina with AC2. And then measure it. So here you can see it's not a single line. So what you can do, you can delete this and you can redraw the line. So redraw the diagonal of this irregular shape lamina. So then using smart dimension, measure this diagonal of regular lamina 56.57 feet. Measure the diagonal of irregular lamina, which is found to be 48.99, almost 49. So in the next step, since the word appear is not given, we have to find out beta angle. So the given HP angle is the given VP angle is 45 degree to VP. So consider 45 degree line in third quadrant. Consider 45 degree line in third quadrant. So to consider 45 degree line in third quadrant, it will be 180 minus 45, it will be 135, it will be minus 135. Type the angle as minus 135 and you can check for the angle. So use angle between command, so it's a 45 degree. So to proceed, so first we'll cut an arc by taking A as the center point with radius equal to median of regular lamina, that is AC1. Go for arc by center point. So just click at suitable position on this 45 degree line. Okay, let me, for explanation purpose, let me highlight with point. Just for explanation purpose, you need not show this point in the examination. Just for explanation, I've just placed a point and I'll just label it that as with A. Now go for arc by center point, make it 0.18. This is the center point A. So give the radius. First radius will be AC1, which is 56.57. So type the radius as 56.57, enter, cut an arc. Then at the point of arc, consider line. So without any error. Exactly fit, I hope. So you can consider a line here. Extend that line. Draw on reference line. Go for extend to next command. Keep the cursor over here. It gets extended. Delete this reference line. Select this line. Make it to locus type. Third type. Now this is the locus line. So let me put one point, that is AC1. So this is AC1. So let me label this with AC1. This is AC1. So we have cut an arc with radius AC1, that is 56.57, and at the point of contact of this C1 on 45-degree line, we constructed a locus line. Next step, we will go for another arc. Arc was center point, so A will be the same center point. So we will cut an arc of radius AC2, that is median of irregular lambda, which is found to be 48.9, and enter. So nearer to C1, you have to cut the arc. Nearer to C1, you have to cut the arc. Select this arc, make it 0.13, 13 or 1, and then place the point. Place the point carefully without any. Just check for the error. Check for the error. There should not be any error. So there is no error. Then go for line. Make it 0.18 or 13. So click over here. Join it to this center point A. So we had our center point. Okay, click on fit screen and then. So just join it over here, and then extend this line. Just zoom this part. Extend this line and check for the beta angle. So now the beta angle will be angle between by line and this line. Or this is in other direction. Check the beta angle. We have got 45-degree line in third quadrant, so check for the angle in third quadrant. 55 degrees, so exactly we are getting as per the textbook problem. So in the textbook, the beta angle is found to be 55 degrees, so here, okay, we are getting the right answer. So beta angle, we found it. So I label the C2. So then next, the median of irregular lamina AC2 is available. So go for move command with copy. Move command with copy. Select this irregular lamina and then move it. It with center point. Okay, sorry. Here I have interchanged. Instead of here, I have taken C1, and instead of C1 I have taken it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can do it anyway. It doesn't matter. Then rotate command without copy. Select this triangular lamina. Select this line AC2. Select this line AC2. Properly I have to select. And then align it on the beta angle. Okay, so I have aligned it. So delete all this text. All this text you can show it at the end. The text will get rotated. Delete all this. At the end you can show it. So now label this with A, B, C, D in whatever direction it is. So as you wish, you can label it. Okay, so let me, though I have used this AC, it doesn't make, so let me change over here. Instead of C2, okay, let me keep it as it is. So A, then C2, then this is B, so A, B, C, and then D, and then here in front view, so A, B, C, D. So this will be A dash, and here you will get B dash and D dash you will get 2 points you will get it. And at the top you will get C dash. So now draw the locus line from A first. So click on line. So point 13 A. So from the A I will just draw it. So the locus of A dash is on XY line itself. So go for point. So again I will repeat. I am using point for explanation purpose. You should not use point in examination. Just for explanation purpose, I am using points here. You should not use points. So then second one, locus B. Click on the line. So point 18 or 13. Then locus line, and then draw the locus line from B dash. So at the point of intersection, you will get B dash. So this is your B dash. So label it as B dash. So then after that, I will draw the locus line from the C. So A, B, C. So this is C. And then locus line on C dash. So it's on the top. So locus line from C dash. So this I'll get C dash. So this is the C dash. So I label this as C dash. Then the last one left out is D. So locus line from D. So it intersects over here. Locus line of D dash. Point. So just label it over. And then take the D dash. So now all the 4 points are available. A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. Line. MM6. Start with A dash, then next B dash, then C dash, D dash, and then A dash. And then go for trim command, trim all the unwanted lines. All the unwanted lines you have to trim. So finally the figure is same irrespective of whether you take ESE1 on top side or bottom side. It doesn't make any difference. By interchanging the end position of the median of the lambda, it doesn't make any difference. The final structure will remain same. So this is about the beta angle problem on square lamina and triangular lamina. So I hope so with this, I hope all the basic commands, all the major types of commands using SolidWorks software which are necessary to execute all the 50 problems of the VTU solution book. I hope so almost all the commands I have covered, and if you prepare these commands, if you practice these commands, and if you practice these many problems whichever I have covered in the online classes, I hope it will give you sufficient knowledge to draw all the other problems of the textbook. So I need not spend more time on this computer drawing. As I told you, sketching is a major part compared to computer drawing. So sketching of the drawing on the sketchbook, it is the initial part. So in the examination first you will be asked to sketch the problem on sketchbook. So if you sketch it properly, whatever you sketch the problem on the sketchbook, the same thing you have to transfer it on the computer. So computer drawing, it suggests replica, it suggests transfer of manual drawing on computer screen. So the validity is your sketching problem. Suppose if you have done mistake in sketch, you cannot correct it on computer drawing. You cannot correct it. If you have gone wrong in sketch, the same thing you have to draw it on the computer, the same thing you have to execute. So irrespective of whether it is a right solution or a wrong solution, since it's an examination, so the examiner will not tell you that whatever you have given the solution it is correct or it is wrong. It's an examination. So but remember, so computer drawing is not a foundation part. Sketching is a foundation part. So theory knowledge is very important. So I have covered the theory classes separately. I have taught you the theory concept clearly. So nearly 80% of the classes I have spent on theory part, 20% of the classes, just 3 classes on computer drawing. So you should give more focus, you should give more concentration on theory part. So theory part will have 60% weightage, computer part will have 40% weightage. So in this projection of planes chapter, it has a weightage of 25 marks, 15 marks for sketching and 10 marks for computer drawing. So in sketching, so since there are 3 steps, so 15 marks for sketching, 5 marks for step 1, 5 marks for step 2 and 5 marks for step 3. Similarly for computer drawing, since it's a 10 marks, so maybe 3 marks for first step, 3 marks for second step and 4 marks for third step may be assigned it. So based on this, so if your first step is right, so then you will get some marks you will get. If your first step, if your foundation step itself is wrong, you will get 0 marks. So therefore, making the foundation strong, it's very, very important. You should have a clear-cut knowledge on HP resting lamina with either edge resting or corner resting. So it should be very, very clear. Whether it's a category 1 or category 2, whether it's a HP resting or VP resting with either corner resting or edge resting, both are important. Instead of HP resting, if you take it VP resting, 0 marks. Instead of VP resting, if you go for HP resting, 0 marks. And then instead of edge resting, if you go for corner resting, no marks. So therefore your foundation should be very important. Your first step is very important. Of course, if you commit some mistake in second step honor, if you go wrong, then you may lose marks from second step honor. Or else if you have done first step and second step correctly, if you have done, and if you have gone wrong in third step, only the third step marks will get deducted. So ensure your first step, second step is always in the right path. Even if you are unable to execute the third step, don't worry. So 1/3 of the marks will be deducted, not the full marks. But if your foundation, if your first step itself, if your foundation step itself is wrong, then you will get straight away 0 marks. So therefore, it's a very interesting subject. It's a very much scoring subject. So in this subject, you can easily score 100 out of 100, and you can also score 0 out of 100 also. So there is more chances of losing marks. There is more chances of gaining much better, higher marks. So both positive and negative, both are available. It depends in a way how you proceed. If you proceed carefully, you will get 100% marks. If you neglect and if you show negligence, you may get 0 marks also. Even you have consumed all the 3 hours of the exam, and even though you have done some physical work, even after doing physical work, even after consuming 3 hours of the exam, at the end you will have very, very less marks, maybe 0 marks. Okay, with this, if you have no doubts, then we will wind up the class. So any doubt? There are 10 participants. Any doubt? So this is the last class. So there will be no further classes on planes. If at all, if you people altogether, if a major portion, if a very big strength, if at all, if you want me to execute some problems, if you want to explain some specific problem of the textbook, so you can inform me on WhatsApp. So I can engage you some special class. So all the theory problems and computer problems I have executed. So I hope with this knowledge you can execute all the other problems of the textbook, both sketching as well as computer drawing. Still, if you feel any difficulty in any specific problem, so you can let me know. So please let me know. So sure, I'll help you to solve that problem, whether it's a theory part or whether it's a computer part. If you let me know, I'll take special class. So this ends planes chapter, and already I have given you the date for submission of sketching and computer drawing. I don't know how many of you have PC, laptop or PC, how many of you are available, whether you are able to do it on home or not. So if at all, if you do it on computer and if you send me the snapshot, it's a very highly advisable. or else at least do the sketching part, class problem and assignment problems. So do this, based on this I will evaluate the marks, internal marks. So your internal marks will be 30 marks, it will be evaluated 30 marks for all the 3 chapters. 30 marks on planes, 30 marks for solid and 30 marks for isometric. Average of all those 3 30s will be your final 30 marks. And then we'll see if possible, we'll try to have one lab internal. So since your lab exams will be after theory exams, we'll have a lot of time. So maybe after your theory exam, if possible, we'll try to conduct one lab internal. So one lab exam we'll try to conduct for 100 marks. So that will be converted to 10 marks. So 10 plus 30 will give 40 total internal assessment marks. So I have told you to, I have given you one date to submit this assignment problems and class problems, sketchbook problems. So before you scan, ensure that all your pages, each and every page has your register number and signature. So please write your register number and sign it on all the pages before you scan up. It is not only the first page. Not only the first page, all the pages you have to write your register number and you have to sign it before scanning. So scan both the class problem and assignment problems in a single file, but make it in order wise. So in the first order, it should have all the class problems. After the end of all the class problems, so start doing assignment problems. It should be in order wise as per the given chart. So make it one file, don't make 2 files. So in one PDF file, you should do, and you have to submit it to my email ID personally. So if you delay in submission, you will get, I'll deduct marks for late submission. So anything you want to interact? Want me to interact? So this ends next chapter. So already solid chapters Zamir sir has already started. It's his responsibility. He'll be completing the solid chapter, and then after the asymmetric chapter, Dr. Ihsan Harish will be taking. Shall I wind up the class? Shall I wind up the class? Thank you.